friend of mine knew that I kind of knew of the daughters, so she asked me if I wanted to go with her to Marillac House. So off we went to Marillac House. As soon as I got there and I saw how the sisters interacted with one another, how they interacted with the kids, it was like, oh, I really want to be part of this.
As Daughters of Charity, I think we're taught to help young people, children, to learn who they are.
I grew up on a farm in Wisconsin, and when I was a teenager, every week I changed my mind about what I was going to do. One day I was reading the Catholic newspaper that my mother brought to me, and I read a little advertisement, if you will, that said, "Would you like to serve the poor?" And I said yes.
The things that really drew me to the daughters is most communities take 3 vows of poverty, chastity, and obedience. The daughters take a 4th vow of service of the poor.
It was a group of sisters who all were very committed to that work, and staff people were very committed to the work, to helping poor people who were on the edge survive.
It's our responsibility to care for each other, and you can do that very easily in a place like Marillac St. Vincent.
For us to have been around for over 103-4 years now speaks a lot to what the daughters have done to invest in Chicago and to meet people where they are and to serve their needs.
We're here because our goal is to help people thrive. That's it.
Our goal is basically really help the families, take care of the children, give them a safe environment, to educate them, to teach them.
It depends on helping a child grow. It means helping a parent grow.
Sitting down, having conversations with them, finding out what they want to do with their lives, what they want for their children.
People are told that they have value and come to believe it. Instilling self-worth and value in every person that Marillac St. Vincent's touches.
There's nothing better in the world than see a kid smile.
Helping a family succeed, but also giving them the steps that they can do it on their own.
If we can assist one person in removing himself or herself from the poverty cycle, that's a success.
And it's not giving handouts, it's giving them a hand up.
Handout is only just a one-time opportunity. When we engage them to make their own decisions, it's what they want to do, and they're more engaged. They're more interested in trying to make that path for themselves.
Time and again, you talk to someone and hear their story and how they got in their situation.
If people can see firsthand and put themselves in positions sometimes where life just deals you a blow.
They still are making ends meet. They are still having a hard time paying rent, paying electricity bills, paying for diapers, and they're still working so hard.
Why we cast them as being lazy and, and just don't care. And I think that's obviously a terrible misconception.
It's very disconcerting when I hear people say if they weren't lazy, they wouldn't be in this condition,
Oh, give me a break. People don't choose to be poor.
What do I say?
He used to say, scene 7, take 3, marker.
Scene 7, take 3, marker. Oh, that is cool. When Sister Katie invited me for the first time up to St. Vincent's, I got the opportunity to spend an afternoon with the little bitty kids. And I sat in their classroom and had them swarm around me, and we read books and played on the floor. It was great fun. But what I realized also was the service that Sister Katie and the Daughters of Charity and St. Vincent de Paul and Marillac House now provided to the community, a service that's unmatchable.
Chicago is a very rowdy city.
Particularly in the area around the West Side and East Garfield Park.
I didn't think my neighborhood was that bad when I was a kid.
It's a few people that I went to elementary school with that wasn't on the right path.
Since the 60s, empty lots or boarded up buildings. There's no option to have a job.
When I was about 9 years old, a guy got shot right up the street. That's when I really started to realize that my neighborhood was dangerous. I started Marillac at 2 years old. Then all through elementary school, I went to the after-school program. I went to college. In college, I got pregnant, and then I got into the Teen Mom program at Marillac.
I look at Marillac as like a safe haven, especially when you got the basketball court, game room, and the mentors there.
Once I had my son, I ended up getting hired at Marillac to work at the front desk.
I didn't know too much about the Marillac House, but the way I got to know Marillac House is through my sister-in-law.
I work in a nonprofit myself, and I'm also a member of the associate board.
And I'm involved with Marillac in different ways. I like to help out, more being involved with the kids.
And if you want to know something about computers, go to Miss Holly. She will tell you. And she will go over it and over it and over it until you understand it. You know, that's why I go every day.
I'm currently at Christ the King College Prep High School on the west side of Chicago. I'm a senior. My plan is, after high school, is to go to college and major in business.
Well, Marillac doors is always open. It's always open to help you in need.
What we have seen in a succession of 25 years now of Fleur de Lis is a transfer of the love that we had for the daughters and for St. Vincent's and Marillac to the next generation.
There have been many changes in the sponsored works in Chicago over the last 25 years.
St. Vincent's is one of many places that provide services to the community of Chicago. I haven't seen a service provided that's the same quality of service that the Daughters of Charity have provided for 100 years there.
Marillac is a big part of my life. That's a part of who I am. It's family, Marillac's family.
There's always compassion, and there's anybody who walks in to see us, like, we're going to work with you. And that's kind of what I've learned from the Daughters of Charity that have been at Marillac St. Vincent's.
They've done an amazing job of transferring their culture and their identity to the other people that work there, just the lay people especially.
If, in fact, we've done our job right, the daughters, then we should have been able to convey and entrust that mission to lay people who believe in it just as much as we do.
But as we have less and less daughters available, it really now is incumbent upon us to carry forward that Vincentian call that has fueled the daughters for so many years.
What we have found in our business is that if the community is prosperous, then business is prosperous.
Daughters of Charity are bold women. Some people may say sassy, but I say bold.
Vincent, in his day, was audacious, and we can be audacious.
Hey, we're all in the human family together. We've got to help each other.
It's one person at a time.
But it starts with one at a time.
It's one person at a time.
The cycle of poverty changes one person at a time.